we but mirror the world. All the tendencies present in the outer world are to be found within us. If we change ourselves, the tendencies in the world will also change. This paraphrased quote from Mahatma Gandhi is the basis of the program you are about to hear. I'm Dedelian, and this is Shining Stars, a program dedicated to searching out and bringing attention to individuals and organizations that are fostering positive change within our community and within our world. And joining me today on Shining Stars is Marie Armstrong. Marie is the Events and Outreach Coordinator for Ellie's Place here in Lansing. Ellie's Place serves a very unique role in the community as a healing center for grieving children and their families. Welcome to Shining Stars, Marie.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am excellent as well. I can only imagine, as I get to thinking about this, I can only imagine that anybody that's involved with Ellie's Place, you've got to experience a certain amount of reward, of course, but you've also got to, there's a lot of tragic stories that come with it. And as a result, that's got to weigh heavy on your heart from time to time. But in order for us to maintain health and well-being, of course, you got to be able to find that joy in life. And so one of the things that I want to find out right off the bat is, what do you find on a personal level? What is it that brings you joy and brings light into your life?
Well, first would definitely be my kids. I am a mom of 3, and they definitely keep me active. We're constantly on the move, and some days maybe not as much joy. But overall, definitely they're part of what drives me to get up in the morning and go about my day. And we just enjoy each other and our family time. My husband and I are, I guess you could call us fixers. We enjoy doing projects around the house. So for me, having a project and seeing that through from start to finish and having that start and then that end product, that definitely makes my heart warm.
Well, those kids, I mean, that's got to kind of connect with what you do as well there at Ellie's Place. 3 of them. What's the oldest to youngest?
Yes.
Or youngest to oldest, I guess it'd be either way.
Yes. I have one in high school who's 14, and then I have a middle schooler who's 12, and then I also have a 9-year-old. So we are running from place to place. I'm currently a taxi driver, I think is my second job, but it's all good.
Well, I'm the middle child of 3, so I make sure you give that one some extra love and attention because they need it.
She does.
And a lot of the times I talk about positive change on this show, and I find that everybody kind of has a different viewpoint of what positive change is. What would it mean to you?
To me, when I initially think positive change in my head, there's so many different levels. Are you looking to make a positive change in your personal life? Are you looking to make and see positive changes in your community as a whole? So I think when you define what that is for yourself, to me, it's making those little changes every day. So knowing that I want to see a positive change in the community, partly that's why I do what I do. And it's just really striving and making those little adjustments day to day to, I would say, see that final goal of what that positive change is that you would like to have.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I've also found that a lot of the times the viewpoint of how people see positive change usually has something to do with either somebody that's connected with them in their life. Is there anybody or anything in particular in your life that you feel has had kind of a helpful perspective on your any positive outlook that you have?
I think I've just been very fortunate to have a lot of support in my life. As everyone has their ups and downs, and sometimes finding that positive ground isn't always easy.
Would you consider yourself to be a positive person?
I think naturally, unfortunately, I don't lean towards the positive.
It's understandable.
Yeah, I think as I've gotten older, it's something that I've had to work towards. And my natural reaction at times isn't always to see the positive. So for me, it is a continual daily occurrence to be grateful and find the good, and make not only those positive changes in my own self, but in order to kind of put out in the world my best self, and then see some of the positive change in the community.
Well, those kids have got to be helpful, giving you that positive attitude, right?
Yes,
Other than when they're driving
definitely.
you crazy.
One of the two, 50-50.
Yeah, and that is the thing. A lot of the times when I talk about positive viewpoints or anything else, one of the things about me is that I don't consider myself a naturally positive person. I wasn't necessarily not raised that way, but it wasn't a huge thing, and it seems to be a predominant viewpoint of everybody. Where it's a very conscious effort, and I admire those people who just seem to automatically have that.
Yes.
I'm positive, I'm good to go. But it takes us all. I think it takes most everybody some conscious effort to actually make that happen. But speaking of conscious effort, of course, Ellie's Place. How exactly did Ellie's Place? Actually, first, why don't we start with giving our listeners a better understanding of what the role of Ellie's Place is here in Lansing?
Sure. Ellie's Place is a grief support center for grieving children and teens and their families. And we actually just celebrated our 30-year anniversary last year. So we have been in the Capital Region community providing grief support services to families for over 30 years now, and have served over 31,000 individuals in this area.
Oh, wow. That's that's great.
Yes.
So the Lansing location is not the only one, though, right?
Correct.
Which one was the first, if you don't
Capital
mind?
Region, yes.
Okay, it was.
Lansing was the first in 1991. And then we also have branches in Ann Arbor, Grand Rapids, and Flint.
Can you give me a little bit of a backstory as to how Ellie's Place came about?
Yes, Ellie's Place started by grieving parents. Betsy and Woody Stover were grieving the loss of their 11-month-old daughter, Ellie. And what they were grappling with, not only their grief, but the grief of their children.
Yeah.
And so they were looking for resources and not finding any. And so that is where Ellie's Place was born, was through the efforts of the Stovers and connecting with Junior League of Lansing and other community partners to found this great organization.
How exactly does it work? I mean, I know, I'm sure each case is different. What exactly is the ways that you're helping these children kind of get through the emotional discomfort? It's a terrible way to put it, but it's appropriate.
Sure. Well, and I think most importantly, too, what I want to make sure people understand is that Ellie's Place is free to families. There is no cost
Is good to know.
to anyone that attends Ellie's Place due to, very generous donors and sponsors. And families, that come, they attend group. Currently, things look a little different post-COVID. We have been providing our peer-to-peer support groups Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evening in our building, and then also remaining one virtual night on Thursdays. We have been doing every other week since the return in the fall. During COVID, it was strictly virtual.
Yeah.
So we're slowly making some progress to having families return safely to our building, and they do. It's peer-to-peer support groups. So volunteers, we have many wonderful volunteer facilitators that facilitate our support groups.
Do you find that most of your volunteers are also people that have gone through the same type of situations then?
We do have many people who come back and volunteer that were actual participants in a support group at one point. But we have lots of volunteers who haven't necessarily participated in a group, but they've heard about Ellie's Place through a friend, or they know someone who's utilized our services and they just want to give back in some way.
Is there like a training that's kind of behind the peer-to-peer or the volunteerism? Rather?
Yes, most definitely. Our group facilitator training is a pretty intensive training since they are going through and working directly with our families. So we have partially Zoom sessions currently. There will be a portion of the training that's in person, and that's actually taking place in a couple of weeks. Volunteer facilitators have to be at least age 19, and we do ask for a year commitment, and we do ask them to commit to one evening per week.
Right. That's pretty intensive.
So it is. It is intensive, and for individuals who maybe can't commit to something like that, we use volunteers in many different ways. We have community outreach volunteers who may go and attend an event for Ellie's Place to represent us and provide information. We have volunteers who may just come in and volunteer at our office to do tasks there. And we also have volunteers who may attend third-party events. Okay. So we have lots of wonderful community partners, I would say, who maybe put on a fundraiser that benefits Ellie's Place, and we're always looking to have volunteers who can attend those and represent our organization.
Okay, can you help me to understand a little bit more? When you say peer-to-peer, what exactly does that mean, and what does that entail?
It really provides a opportunity for peers to hear from one another. The support groups, as I said, are facilitated by volunteers, and the volunteers are there to provide guidance. But really it's that opportunity for peers to support one another in a group setting. Obviously with our younger kids, we have preschool, kindergarten groups, lower elementary school, and upper elementary. You'll see a lot more activity-based with our younger kids. And we also do have what we call Ellie's Group. And so we have 15 currently schools that we work in. And so our bereavement coordinators will go into local junior or middle school or high schools and provide an 8-week session.
Okay. So yeah, it's still pretty intense, but that's great, and it's great that you Ellie's Place is here for those folks that need it. As I said earlier, I could see where this would be hard at times, but there's got to be so much wonderful, lovingly, just wonderful, rewarding things about your job. What do you love the most about it?
I think for me, it's touching a little bit too on that positive change in the world. I love knowing that what I do supports this amazing organization.
Knowing that it matters, yeah.
Knowing that it matters, knowing that what I'm getting up for every morning is truly making a positive impact in my community. I might not be working directly with our families, but I know what I'm doing is providing the ability to service individuals that need grief support.
Okay. So if somebody wanted to volunteer, somebody wanted to get involved, or just find out more about Ellie's Place, what's the best way to do that?
Well, there's a few different ways. I would definitely recommend checking out our website, and you can find us at elliesplace.org. And also, if you're interested in volunteering or finding out just a little bit more, please feel free to reach out and contact our office. Our phone number is 517-482-1315. And you can always reach out to me as well via my email. There's lots of different grief resources and things that are located on our website for individuals who maybe aren't necessarily looking to enroll. Maybe they're looking to, help a friend in need or just get information. We have a wealth of resources there.
Excellent, excellent. And we'll repeat the website address again in just a little bit. But first, Marie, are you ready for our conceptual question?
I don't know. I think so.
Some people find it tough. Some people don't. If you had the ability to snap your fingers and put one single thought in the collective consciousness of the entire human race at the same time, what would that be?
Oh, that's a good one. I think for myself and probably a lot of people over these last few years with COVID, in just kind of finding our way, I would almost pose the bigger ideal of why are we here and what are we here to do? Because, regardless of what you believe in, a lot of people have, I think, an inner need to figure out, what's my purpose.
So you would throw into everybody's brain another question.
I would.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. Again, Marie Armstrong from Ellie's Place, the event and outreach coordinator. Once again, give that web address just in case somebody didn't catch it the first time around.
It is www.elliesplace.org.
Marie, I want to thank you for coming in and being a part of the show. And, of course, thank you to Ellie's Place for being a part of our community.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you supporting us and the opportunity to come and talk with you today.
Excellent. Remember, we can all contribute something good to this world, no matter how big or small. A simple smile, a friendly gesture. That's all it takes to expand the power of positivity 1 inch further. I encourage you to find your shining star within by being the change you want to see. Thanks so much for listening to Shining Stars and, of course, sharing your time with me today. I'm Dedalian, and you can listen to this episode of Shining Stars on demand, along with other LCC Connect programs at lccconnect.org.